From SciNews.com, new bird-like dinosaur discovered in Argentina. From prehistoric to present, my name is Ethan. This is Creature Guide Live Daily News. Please remember to like, comment, and if you love talking about animals, share this show with everyone you know. You can catch new episodes throughout the day at Creature Guide Live on Rumble and YouTube. Don't forget to catch our animal documentary commentary live stream on Saturdays at 6 p.m. Central on Rumble. Now, let's get into the animal news of the day. Let's take a look at what we've discovered here in Argentina. A new genus and species of unalengine dinosaur has been identified by paleontologists in Argentina. So, the unalengines are a group of theropod dinosaurs that are highly debated on what this family is closely related to, or possibly what they're even derived from. Are they a branch of dromaeosaurs? Um, there's a couple of other groups of theropods that they could possibly be related to, or are they their own unique family of theropods? You have a wide range of different species. They tend to have very delicate skulls, even more than that of even the troodontids in some cases. So these different species range from just a few feet in length to over 18 feet, with the largest being animals like the Ostroraptor, which was found over in Argentina around, well, it dates to about 70 million years ago. Named Diuquin liquiguanae, it fills a substantial gap in the fossil record of these theropod dinosaurs. Ooh, well, look at this guy. Yeah, he's very unique. Um, Partially why it's a bit of a guess, or it can be a bit more agreed upon, is that they could be derived from the dromaeosaurs, is also looking at their distinct sickle claw, which is only found in the dromaeosaur. Well, no, yeah, it's only found in the dromaeosaur lineage. Now, let's see what else is here. So distinct, also a bit of a dromaeosaur-like skull structure, even when looking at the overall body structure. But the unilengians were very lightly built. Dioquine lequiguanae roamed our planet during the Santonian age of the Cretaceous period between 86 and 84 million years ago. This species belonged to Unanleganae, a subfamily of long-snouted paravian theropods within the family Dromaeosauridae. Unalangans are gondwana and predatory dinosaurs that are nested within Paravis, the clade that includes birds and their closest non-avian theropod relatives. So we also have just a variety of unalangans that have been discovered. Also, a couple over in Australia, not just South America. They did coexist with a variety of different species of sauropods, even different species of carnivorous bellysaurids. So, for instance, you have with Ostroraptor the Aeolellosaurus. I was a bit off on the Ostroraptor dating. Ostroraptor actually existed somewhere around 80 million years ago, and along with possibly Aeolosaurus, which has also been discovered in the Allen Formation of Argentina. So, the Unalangan fossil record comes predominantly from Argentina, where the greatest number of specimens and the most complete skeletons have been found. Although other materials, at least tentatively assigned to Unalanganae, have also been recovered from Brazil, Chile, Colombia, and Antarctica. I don't know of any specific species. I wonder if it's an unnamed relative from Antarctica. I'm not saying that there are a variety of dinosaurs that are unnamed from Antarctica. It's just occasionally, well, actually, practically on every continent, there are a variety of different specimens that have been discovered that have an unnamed classification to them. It could be as little as, or as basic as, there was a theropod tooth found here, or there was a theropod shin, or something of a sauropod. Maybe it reaches something like a titanosaur tail vertebra, but that's pretty much it. The small body, potentially volant Madagascan theropod Rahanavis ostromi. So this is a member of the Dromaeosauridae lineage over in Madagascar. So it existed on the island. somewhere around 67 million years ago. It was probably 3 feet in length and might have weighed somewhere around a couple of pounds. It was very small. Has also been frequently regarded as an unulangine. Huh, that's interesting. Depending on the specific phylogenetic hypothesis employed. Okay, so it's one of these dinosaurs. Massive debate. Unulangines are most frequently interpreted as early divergent dromaeosaurids, although other authors have instead regarded these theropods as a distinct Paravian clade Unalangidai. Okay, let's get on with the animal. They are an important clade for understanding bird origins due to their close phylogenetic relationship with alveoli. Unfortunately, however, most species are represented only by fragmentary fossils. Dioquine lecaguani is fragmentary, but associated postcranial skeleton was recovered from the Bajo de la Carpa formation of Neuquén province, Patagonia, Argentina. So there are a handful of other species of dinosaurs that have been discovered within this formation. It's not as abundant with fossils as the Allen Formation, where animals such as Ostroraptor have been discovered. There have been a variety, like over 7 different species of sauropod that have been discovered in the Allen Formation. There have even been 2 distinct species of Belisaurid that have been discovered here, and even a lonely nodosaur called Patagopelta. So this animal might have reached somewhere around 15 feet in length and was a distant relative of the more famous ankylosaurs, such as Ankylosaurus and Euoplocephalus, a bit more closely related to animals such as the Edmontonia from Alberta, Canada. Edmontonia existed um, probably slightly later in some instances, around 75 million years ago. I believe this is also an 80 million-year-old herbivore. The specimen was collected from the isthmus between the southeast coast of Lago Borealis and the northwest coast of Lago Mari Manuco in Neuquén province, paleontologists said. According to the authors, Dioquin lecuguani is the first species of unalangine dinosaur to be discovered from the Bajo de la Carpa formation. The not within this formation, but also within the Allen formation. There's different species of fish, mammal. Let's see. Oh, even I believe certain species of shark have been discovered within the Bajo de la Carpa formation. But referring to the Allen formation, you have animals such as the Bonarpitonicus, which was not as small as it appears. This animal is related to the um, mononychids of Mongolia and China. So where you have animals such as Mononychus, Stuvia, but this specific animal is an alvarosaurid, and these animals evolved somewhere around 160 million years ago during the late Jurassic and existed into the late Cretaceous. So these animals are also known for having very large, distinct thumb claws and much smaller index and middle fingers. It's very interesting. It's almost like looking at the Spinosaurs, like Baryonyx, which has a very large thumb claw compared to the rest of its fingers. This animal is probably feeding on a variety of different species of small amphibians, reptiles. I'm not going after anything too large, and was maybe around 8 feet in length and could have weighed possibly 100 to 150 pounds. So quite more heavily built compared to other predators around its length. The Bajo de la Carpa Formation has yielded fossils that collectively represent a diverse and important paleobiota. Um, Vertebrates. Oh, what it means by paleobiota is the amount of, or the variety of different types of dinosaurs and also the different sauropods, theropods within it. There are many formations where you can have it where there's a variety of dinosaurs, but it's only of those of the sauropods or the theropods, and um, everything else is eliminated for some reason. So it just has to do with variety of fish, snakes, just fish, reptiles, amphibians, dinosaurs, and mammals within the region. Vertebrate remains are abundant and often well preserved and include those of snakes, lizards, turtles, crocodilomorphs, indeterminate pterosaurs, ornithopods, titanosaur and sauropods, non-avian theropods, and birds. Diaquin lecaguani fills a temporal gap of at least 15 million years in the fossil record of unulangines, conservatively 90 to 75 million years, possibly greater. The new species augments the fossil record of South American unulangines by filling a significant gap in their temporal distribution. Um, yeah, so not Ostroraptor. The unulangines, I think the largest they reached was somewhere around 1,500 pounds. This animal, I don't believe they've given an estimate on the size of it. I'm going to assume that it's probably a bit smaller than animals such as Ostroraptor. So maybe it's in the several hundred pound range. Preserved elements of Dioquine lecagoani show morphological differences from corresponding bones in other unulangine species, such as an accessory lamina on the posterior most sacral vertebral neural arc, distinctive paired foramina on the posterior most sacral and anterior caudal neural arcs, and a humerus with a distally placed distolateral deltopectoral ridge, and several conditions that appear intermediate between the humeri of Unalangi and the exceptionally large-bodied Unalangine Ostroraptor cubizzi. That is, so it's good to know that we have an insight on the overall different parts of the anatomy of Dioquin. It's very good to know. Coupled with the multi-million year stratigraphic gaps between Dioquin lecagonii and geologically older and younger unulangines. Respectively, these anatomical distinctions support the validity of the new species. Um, yeah, also, when it comes to the unulangine family, there's at least 6 different species that have been named. Further, the humerus of the Dioicane lechgonii type specimen exhibits 2 conical tooth marks that indicate that the carcass was fed upon by another tetrapod, likely a crocodiliform, mammal, or theropod. Actually, there have been a wide variety of different species of mammal that have been found in the Bajo Formation as well as the Allen Formation, some of which belong to families of mammal that existed from the late Jurassic to the um, early Cretaceous period. So it was like a 45 million year reign for certain families of mammal during the Mesozoic. You would think that, or many tend to think that mammals belong to many similar families and just persisted from the Triassic past the extinction event of the Cretaceous period, when in reality, you have many families of mammal that actually ended up going extinct throughout different parts of the Triassic, Jurassic, and Cretaceous periods. Only um, a much smaller amount ended up surviving the extinction event, partially because there were only so many at that point. Um, Let's see, mammal or theropod, perhaps the Megaraptorid, represented by a tooth found at the same site, or even other unulangine individual, potentially a member of the same species. Also, in these different formations within Late Cretaceous, South America, and Australia, you do have different species of Megaraptor that existed here, especially over in Australia with different species of Unulangine within that region, you had the Australopithecus, so one of the more famous Megaraptorids. Okay, so that's pretty much it with that. So this is good to hear that we have found a new species of Unulangine, specifically Dioquin. He looks like a very unique species of Unulangine. I'm guessing he might also be possibly fishing like what is debated with Those arms, though, I really wonder what their use was because they had quite long thumb claws. Many times on different species of dinosaur with small arms, their claws aren't very long in general. I mean, they kind of match in with the size of the arm, but with this specific um, Unalangine, as well as when you look at different species of monoichids, they actually have quite long arms or claws compared to the arm size. So maybe it might have been used for digging up certain termite mounds or just tearing through rotten wood and extracting the essential grubs or other species of arthropods with inside that region. So yeah, that's a big question. But let me know what your thoughts are on smaller, medium-sized carnivorous dinosaurs in the comments. And from prehistoric to present, my name is Ethan. This is Creature Guy Live Daily News. You can catch new episodes throughout the day at Creature Guy Live on Rumble and YouTube. Remember to like, comment, and if you love talking about animals, share this show with everyone you know. You can catch our animal documentary commentary on Saturdays at 6 p.m. Central on Rumble because nothing is better than all animals all the time.